Morning. So I was sitting and thinking this morning about my life and everything that I have gone through in the past few months and the past few years. So when I started doing manifestation work, there were goals and things that I wanted, right? And something that I have mentioned before was basically like what screws us up most is the picture we see in our head of how things are supposed to be. So we try to like veer off into a certain path, and it like if you if you're not open to change direction and change your path, you might not be able to bring forth manifestations because of the fact that you're controlling stuff and you're not letting it flow in. You're controlling something and you need to like open up to be able to accept it. So as I'm sitting here, I'm thinking as the year in review, because it's February, the new year has just begun, and I thought about what I wanted to do with my life and all the things that I said I was gonna do. And one big thing that I did want to do was strip myself of pride and ego. Pride there's a fine line where it becomes a problem, where you become too cocky. So something that I do ask and request is to maintain humble heart as I am going and finding love for myself, because you gotta have balance between the two. So I've asked for my ego to be broken down, because ego is what causes you to want to direct your own life instead of letting go and letting God direct you. So that was one thing. I also wanted to be made stronger, right? And warriors are not forged in soft conditions, right? That's just not how it happens. So a lot of pain and a lot of suffering was necessary for the transformation. Something else, I asked for upgrades of spiritual gifts, right? So when you go through upgrades with spiritual gifts and get your eyes opened and go through awakenings, because you're constantly upgrading, evolving, and it's painful. It's a painful process. You think about the butterfly dissolves completely to become a butterfly, but it's the most beautiful thing once the metamorphosis is complete. So it's well worth it. So as I sit in the year in review, like, yeah, maybe it looks like I'm at the bottom, but a bottom is a good way to climb, right? A good way to start when you're climbing. You gotta start and lay roots. Foundation is important. If anything's built on a faulty foundation, it will crumble. So if it was built on a faulty foundation, it had to crumble. The tower had to come in and it had to be rebuilt. So as I sit here, there were so many things that I said that I wanted. I wanted to travel. I did. I did. I wanted to go forth on my life path, and I did. And I wanted to find my purpose, and I did. And I wanted to do a lot of things. There's a lot of things I still want to do. But as I sit here and I look at how far I was, sometimes I see where I'm at and I'm like, I get discouraged. But then when I see where I came from, I'm very proud of myself. And if anybody's going up that hill, keep going, keep going, keep going. Make sure you know where you came from, but don't stay there, because it doesn't exist anymore. Sometimes we become trapped, and we're a product of our own thoughts, and our thoughts create our own prisons. And that's something that I'm trying to do. I'm trying to unlearn a lot of things that were ingrained in us. We're taught to believe that we don't have power, that we have to relinquish power. And that's something that bothered me about like the 10-step programs that they teach you, that you don't have your own power, but you do. Don't get me wrong, there's a balance as well with that, to where you do need God, yes. But here's the thing. You need to understand that you have that power as well inside of you. You're created in His image, and that's what that means. You are as powerful as God. He made you to be like Him, not lesser than. That's a human thing. That need for power, that need for control, that's something else that has nothing to do with God. And the thought of God being a jealous God, he's not. He is not. He's loving. He wants connections. He wants you to do well. So that is just, that comes from something else. Like I said, if anybody is going through a transformation, keep going. Manifestation work. If you're doing manifestations, the key to it is being open to ebbs and flow. Basically, like, what did Bruce Lee say? Be like water. Water becomes whatever it goes into. So that's what you got to do. You got to let go of control, because there's just some things that you can't see. There's some things that we'll fight to keep in our life that God's protecting us from. Rejection is protection sometimes. You didn't hear what was said in different rooms. You didn't see what was done. Just keep going. Always keep going. Like I said, today I woke up with a blessed heart, because I did look back, and it's easier to complain because the glass looks half empty or maybe a little more empty, but it's all perspective. You have to find the silver lining in anything, and if you could find the silver lining in the hardest moments, then you are richer than any silver and gold could ever bring you. You are more abundant than anything in this world.